Hey everybody, WayFM, Mark Call here, and I get to talk about Joshua, which is so cool. Joshua is one of my favorite guys. The Wall of Jericho, the whole story of this big manly man, sword-swinging warrior guy who goes to fight one of his biggest battles, and God calls him beyond the skills that he has and says, nope, you're not going to use your sword, you're not going to use your muscles, you're going to march around in circles and shout. It's always been cool to me to see that God knows that we have gifts and he can use our gifts, but there's an end to our strength, but there's not an end to his. But you know, the cool thing that's really stuck out to me lately is why is it all the time, all through the Old Testament, they're always fighting somebody. There's the Philistines, the Jebusites, the Moabites, and all these mosquito bites people, and it's like there's always some army that has to be put down, and so you've got this family of people, this new nation, and they're moving towards where God wants them, and they're his people, and they're not going to stop being his people, right? But for some reason, when he gets up on these nations of evil, they've got to take a stand, they've got to take them down. And for me, that hits me in a crazy way, because I belong to God because of what Jesus did to me, and that's settled. But there have been some kingdoms that have risen up in my life that God has brought me up to and said, Mark, this is the deal. You're mine, you're always going to be mine, but this is a problem, and we got to deal with this. And maybe Josh was thinking, dude, can't we go around? Can't we just talk about this later? Can't we just sing about something else? He's like, fine, you can do that, Joshua, but they're going to be here. Jericho's going to be here later, and it's going to keep creeping up and biting you on the backside until we deal with it. So what this encourages me to do is if there's something that's rising up in my life, and we don't have to make a list, we already know, that's starting to get to us and take our joy and take our witness, deal with it where it is. God's giving you the strength to get to this point, and now that you're at the end of your strength, he can get you through this. We just got to obey God and trust God, as crazy as it sounds, and we'll see some walls come down in our lives.